It's nice to be back, and got a new format going on tonight, new subject matter. It's nice streaming Call of Duty. I enjoy it, but I don't know. Yeah, I do other things too, and basically today we're going to be doing some educational stuff.
You should now have a clear understanding.
Anyway, so I'm basically taking an introduction to iOS mobile app development, and I've been doing it for a couple weeks, on and off, and basically it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. It's interesting to see that, like, how it's basically developed, and basically all the apps are developed in this application that's available on your your application store in your iOS. It's Apple, so it's Xcode. So they basically develop everything in Xcode, and this course, Coursera, basically gives you the basic essentials, like knowledge that you need to do it. It's still gonna take a lot of self-study, but it's pretty interesting to see how it's done, and basically I'm just gonna do the course, and if you want to check it out, that's cool. All right, but anyway, so I'm going back to previous assignments to kind of just like start off the course like kind of right, well, Twitch wise, so it's not like I'm on like week 2 and then like everybody's like, what the hell is going on? Not that some of you are going to pay attention or whatever, but yeah. So anyway, so let's just go ahead, let's check out the syllabus. All right, so this is the course syllabus. Anyway, yeah, let's open the TTS reader, man. Sometimes I feel like reading and sometimes I don't. But TTS reader, if you aren't using this, it's pretty cool. It's basically just reads it back to you. Say if you want to like copy paste, whatever you're looking at, so you can just like basically, bam. Some of you are probably like, oh man, I already knew about this. And yeah, I've been using it for a little while, but hey, it just breaks down for you so you can kind of just listen to whatever is basically, instead of just like reading it, you can just listen to it. I don't know, for me it's a little easier just to do it like this, just to kind of just listen to whatever's going on. So anyway, so here's the course syllabus. Oh shit. Come on, buddy.
Course syllabus. Prerequisites. To take this course, you don't need any mobile development experience, but you must be eager to get started with coding. Module 1. In the first module, you will start with an introduction to the course and gain insight into the roles you may follow as a mobile developer. You'll also receive tips on how to take this course successfully. Then, you will learn the basics of setting up the Xcode Integrated Development Environment, IDE, to get you ready for the rest of the course. Best of all, you'll be introduced to iOS mobile app development. Aside from learning the basics of mobile operating systems, OS, and platforms, you will explore Xcode and supported languages, like Objective-C and Swift, as well as unpack the structure of an iOS app. After completing this module, you will be able to describe mobile apps and their benefits from the perspective of a mobile developer. Discuss the iOS operating system, OS, including its development and supported programming languages, Objective-C and Swift. Describe key features of the Xcode Integrated Development Environment, IDE. Demonstrate how to launch an iOS app and describe its components. Module 2. In Module 2, you will focus on simulation and development in the Xcode IDE. You will learn all about simulators, including setting up simulator software, OS images and starting a simulator, which you will use to run and test your own app later in the course. Then, you'll focus on iOS code and project structure. You will discover the structure of iOS project in Xcode, and explore the files and folders that make up the project, including the app delegate file, view controller and resource folder. You will then cover the role of Xcode's build system in creating an app and the info list folder in specifying app configurations. After completing this module, you will be able to describe simulators and iOS OS images and their role in iOS app development. Demonstrate how to set up and create a simulator in Xcode. Discuss the Xcode build system and how it's used to create iOS projects. Discuss the main, Swift code and info list file in relation to iOS app development. Outline the folder structure of an iOS project in Xcode and discuss the purpose and contents of related folders and files, including the resources and project folders. Module 3. The last module will prepare you for building your very own app project. You will begin with an introduction to project planning and using Xcode project templates to develop apps more efficiently. You'll explore the components required to create the video player, such as the AV player used to play media assets and the built-in bundle, main, path function to locate the assets added. You'll also have everything you need to know about creating the app's user interface or UI and how to display variables in Swift. Finally, you will recap what you've learned and have the opportunity to put what you learned into practice by creating a video player app. You'll then complete a graded assessment, followed by the opportunity to reflect on the course content and the learning path that lies ahead. After completing this module, you will be able to discuss the role of project planning and templates in Xcode for development. Describe UI views and how to use them to structure the UI of iOS apps. Discuss additional imports needed for the video player app. Demonstrate how to use the bundle, main, path to locate video files and how to declare and display variable. Demonstrate the functional code and create and launch the video player project using the AV player class. Note: Xcode is a product of Apple's used to develop software utilizing the coding language Swift.
Okay. So right now you're probably like, that was a shitload of shit that I just listened to. And so basically, yeah, it's going to explain to us, here I'll just highlight, it's going to explain to us what Xcode is. You're going to use Xcode. That is the application that you get off the App Store. I've already downloaded that and kind of set it up. And then you have to have a developer account through Apple. And it's kind of interesting because when you sign up for those things, this is like very basic thing. You actually get invited to like Xcode kind of online convention gathering things like events, and it's kind of like, you know, like when they showcase something on Apple, they kind of, hey, like this is what's going on. So it's kind of interesting. So like right off the bat, you get kind of invited to things since you sign up to be a developer. So that's kind of interesting. Of course, you know, Xcode is an integrated development environment. What is interesting about it is that, you know, you are writing code and people think, hey, right off the bat, you're going to have to understand the language and you're going to just create it from scratch. And I guess you can do that. But it also teaches you that it's not really as hard as you think, even though I haven't even written a program yet. They do teach you that there is templates. So some of you probably at work, probably for different administrative things, you have a template like counselings or memos or something like that. There's like a template. And then sometimes you just use the template to create your own use the template to create your own product that has to be, you know, pushed out to whoever you're working with. So basically, as the course goes on, it explains that like there are templates for certain applications that are already within Xcode, and it makes, you know, programming a lot easier for you. And now this is just, Xcode is just for Apple. Once I'm done with this, I'll go on to the Android part, but that's a whole other thing. There's some key highlights in here. Okay, so the supported languages within Xcode is Objective-C, and then there's Swift as well. And then, so I do have notes from earlier. Let's see. So basically, Xcode is the app. All right, and you actually have to have the developer account, which I've already explained. Languages inside of the Xcode is, so a language I'd never heard about before, because everybody, you know, talks about like Java, C++, HTML, stuff like that. So Xcode, iOS code, is Swift, Objective-C, and C++. So I've heard of C++, whatever. I'm sure you have too. It's pretty interesting, but I've never heard of Swift. And then I guess a lot of old applications were written with Objective-C, and they even say that that is the old language, so I guess eventually it'll go away. Another thing that was interesting as I was doing the course, so get over the programming languages, Xcode, you know, okay, cool, demonstrating how to launch it, but I think, was it simulations? Going down. I should have just paused and talked, but it's whatever. Anyway, so on your computer, on your MacBook Pro, whatever you're using to code your program within Xcode, you can bring up different devices, like your iPhone or whatever, to bring up the iPhone, right? So this is iPhone X. So actually in your Xcode, once you write your, like say you want to test out your code, it'll actually like bring up a phone on your screen, right? And then you can run your code. It'll basically show on your screen an actual phone, and it'll be like, oh yeah, this shit's fucked up. And then you'll be like, God damn it. So that's basically the end of that story. So yeah, so let's keep going, right? All right, cool. We're gonna go to next. Obviously, I complete this. This is week 1 right here. I did all
Over
the
the
way
past
up
few decades,
week 2.
the number of applications or apps being built has grown rapidly. But have you ever wondered who is responsible for developing such apps? Well, they're referred to as mobile developers. With the demand for mobile developers projected to grow exponentially in the next few years, I'm sure you're interested to know more about the role of a mobile developer. In this video, you'll learn all about that, including the responsibilities of a mobile developer, the kinds of languages and skills mobile developers have, and where mobile developers work and their job roles. So, what kinds of things does a mobile developer do? While no two roles are the same, there are many common tasks and responsibilities shared by all mobile developers. First is designing, building, and maintaining mobile apps. This includes tasks like building a user interface or UI based on design specifications, writing code to support functionality, and building animations and transitions to provide an engaging user experience. Other common tasks include integrating third-party application program interfaces or APIs to connect the app with other technologies or code, writing tests and releasing apps and updates to the Apple and Google stores. Apart from the many coding tasks, developers often work as part of a team, which can include other developers, project managers, quality assurance or QA professionals, and designers. In fact, as a mobile developer, you may find yourself with multiple teams. As teams and development projects become larger, version control becomes increasingly important. Version control is a system that allows a development team or teams to track and manage change.
Hold on, going back right here. All right, man. Dang, dude. This thing's going crazy right now. I don't want to bring up my calendar. Working off 2 screens kind of a pain in the ass. Anyway. All right, cool.
And building animations and
Cool, man. So, building user interface, UI. Kind of helps to write down the acronyms to help you remember. Interface or user interface, right? Building animations.
transitions to provide an engaging user experience. Other common tasks include integrating third-party application program interfaces or APIs to connect the app with other technologies or code, writing tests and releasing apps and updates to the Apple and Google stores.
Oh shit. Sorry about this. Boom.
And releasing apps and updates to the Apple.
Boom. Just gonna write it down. So it's an integrating location program interfaces. APIs. So, yeah, like once again, I was saying, make sure you write down, obviously writing tests. Yeah, releasing apps. Loading updates. Keep going.
And Google stores. Apart from the many coding tasks, developers often work as part of a team, which can include other developers, project managers, quality assurance or QA professionals, and designers. In fact, as a mobile developer, you may find yourself working with multiple teams. As teams and development projects become larger, version control becomes increasingly important. Version control is a system that allows a development team or teams to track and manage changes made to the software code. Version control also allows your team or teams to work simultaneously and collaboratively on projects by enabling access to the most recent version of the software code. GitHub is one online platform that can assist you with version control. Among other things, GitHub makes it easy for you to keep track of your work and others' work and review code changes in collaborative projects. It allows you to access and navigate between different versions of online files. Mobile developers also often play a role in planning projects and participate in the project progression by attending regular team meetings. In addition, you'll find that almost all mobile developers spend some time researching their projects and keeping up to date with emerging trends regarding their operation system. Because many of a mobile developer's tasks and responsibilities in coding, it's essential for them to know the language that their app's operating system or OS software development kit is built upon. Swift and Objective-C are programming languages for iOS app development. Being proficient in these programming languages can make you more capable as a mobile developer and can expand your choice of jobs and projects. Other valuable skills for any mobile developer who builds the user interface or UI for mobile apps are design and user experience or UX, as well as knowledge of server technology and continuous integration or CI. This is the practice of automating the integration of code changes from multiple contributors into a single software project. Okay, let's say that you've mastered your mobile development skills. Where in the job market do you find work?
Janitor.
Well, because mobile development skills are in demand, there are many roles available. For instance, there are many developer roles in a large company such as Meta. As the creators of React Native, mobile development is very important to Meta. Anyone considering a position at Meta will understand that knowledge of the React Native framework is a common requirement for their software engineers. Now let's explore some of the available job options. Mobile development is popular with small companies and startups who understand how apps can aid their growth. It is equally useful to large companies. For instance, they may want to build apps that help them gain a slight competitive advantage, foster engagement with their user base, or allow their customers to quickly access their products and services.
Okay.
You can also use your skills to work as a freelance mobile app developer. If you're not attracted by any of the many job offers available to you, you may prefer to start your own development company. With mobile development, you can take your own ideas directly to the market.
Yep, and I already took this test. They have little quizzes along the way. I'll just read it. There are many steps involved in the development of a mobile app. Which of these are usually specific to the mobile developer role? Choose all that apply, and they all apply. All right, so they're writing the app code, writing the tests to assess performance, and updating the app after it has been released. All right, sick. Continue.
You should now have a clear understanding of the role of a mobile developer, their responsibilities, and the skills they require.
Sick. A day in the life of an iOS developer. Should be interesting.
iOS is unique in that it's really a clean and slick system.
Dude,
And
there's one of these videos in here that this guy does right here. He's like, I don't know, he's talking about like changing colors on like whatever. He's like changing colors of objects on the screen with code, and then he's like, if you want to change the fucking light green, you know, change the fucking light green, whatever. But it's like weird because I guess whenever they're, you know, going through the course and probably checking for, you know, mess ups or whatever, like they didn't catch that. It's kind of funny, but it's kind of funny to see that, you know, I guess they're just like me and you, whatever. They're not doing anything crazy up at Meta. They talk fucking all kinds of shit.
once you have built it, you have the power to get your work out into over 1 billion people's hands. And that is something that's really exciting. With a little bit of effort, you can just have that level of impact.
This guy's doing it. He's having a great
My name is Arunava, and I'm an iOS developer at Meta.
Sick.
You may have used some of the products that I have worked on, including Messenger, Facebook Live, Facebook Search, among many others. Right now, for me, as a product engineer, I spend a considerable amount of time in meetings with managers, product managers, designers, in the innovation process of how we want products to look, designing and coming up with new features. Depending on the projects I'm working on, I also spend a considerable amount of time writing the code that we send out and building those features. I also spend a lot of time coaching junior engineers and new engineers, or when I have interns, helping the interns kind of find their own footing and build whatever they're working on. And of course, I also spend a lot of time just having fun with my team, organizing game nights or just going out and having fun with them.
Sick.
At Meta, when you finally complete a project after so much toil and hard work and consideration, deliberation and debates, and you see it really going out into the hands of the users, and you hear back saying that they found it useful, or people are using it, or they've come to rely on it, or even if it was just fun, I think that's definitely the most rewarding part of the job.
Sick.
It's lots of little things like checking for data, making sure things don't go down, monitoring bugs, fixing bugs, which may not be as glamorous as writing shiny new features, but as with any glamorous job, this job is not immune to those things as well. Technical skills that are most key to being an iOS developer, as with any software engineer honestly, would be problem solving, coding, and design. Problem solving is key to figuring out how to tackle these gargantuan issues that you have. A lot of the problems that we solve are things that no one in the world in history has tackled before. So be able to kind of labor through that, work with everyone, and figure out what we're going to do. That requires a lot of problem solving skills. Coding is almost the language of how you do that. Coding is a medium through which you actually really finalize and get those solutions to the problems out there into your product. While there's a stereotypical image of engineers just coding away all day, the truth is that in engineering you need a lot of working with other people, talking to your teammates, other stakeholders, sometimes across teams, to make sure everyone is aware and the whole process moves efficiently and smoothly. For planning, you want to know that you're committing the right dates, you're solving the right problems, because there's so many things to solve. Sometimes we miss the forest for the trees. So there is that issue of making sure you're planning the right things, scoping, making sure you have the right dates on the schedule. That's very important to make sure you function correctly as well. Lastly, mentorship. As you grow more senior, all these technical skills as well as soft skills, it's your responsibility to pass that on to that next generation. So being a good mentor and having that ability to coach other people also comes really in handy as you grow more senior in your career. iOS is a really, really cool and versatile platform to build on, and it really gives you great output as well. So try looking at some of the existing patterns and existing really cool apps and designs that you may enjoy yourself on your device, and try to replicate some of those.
Sick.
How does this gesture work? How does this animation work? I think some of those really give you things beyond any course as well, and give you the building blocks with which you can deliver really, really cool products yourself as well.
Okay. Thanks, dude. What do you hope to learn? All right, cool. So this online course is a self-paced learning experience because you are taking such an active role as a learner. It is important that you think about what your goals are and expectations are. What do you hope to gain from this experience? Yeah, what do I hope to gain? I mean, I've already answered these questions, but yeah, basically, yeah, let's figure out how to code an app. And from what I've already taken throughout this course, I think it's basically, it's like a doable thing. It's like one of those things where you think it's harder than it actually is, and then like when you're doing it, it's not even that bad. Anyway, all right, what do you hope to learn from this course? Yeah, like basically what I just said. How to program a basic app. Obviously, the beginning of the course says that we're going to build a video player. Cool. So how will this course help you help you align with your career goals? Well, we're doing pretty well already. This is just exploring, seeing what the hell is going on, see if this can actually be something that can help me out along the way. Connect with your classmates and share your thoughts. Sick. Like, I already did this. So if you haven't taken a Coursera course before, it's pretty much like any online course. If you've taken an online course before, it's like you put in the responses. Sometimes the course wants you to, put in a response, and then like, hey, you're supposed to respond to like 3 of your classmates or whatever. But, I just put in a response. So we'll just, so 19 hours ago, this dude right here, you can click on it? Oh, you can click on this guy. So, oh my goodness. So, homeboy who's saying over here said, in this course, I hope to gain a solid understanding of iOS app development principles and techniques. I'm excited to learn about Swift programming language, okay, UI design, user interface design, and the process of building functional and user-friendly iOS applications. Additionally, I look forward to exploring the best practices for app testing, debugging, and development to enhance my skills. As an iOS developer, overall, my goal is to acquire the knowledge and practical experience necessary to create an innovative and high quality iOS app. Sorry, I can't read sometimes. But yeah, this dude, it's a pretty good answer. It's probably better than what I put in there. I probably put, I want to create the Skynet application that gets some metal skeletons, and then, and that's pretty much it. And then it's like, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, create the Skynet app. If you don't know what Skynet is, like, rent Terminator 2 on, like, VHS and, like, watch that shit. Maybe make some T-1000s. I don't know. But, yeah. Let's see. Let's see what CW put. I hope to understand the role of mobile developers as a com-sci student. Sick. I really have no idea how the real work look when I have to be a part is the best opportunities to learn what it will feel like. Sick. Okay, cool. Alright, cool. ZK. Alright, this course is just the beginning stages of the way I started to learn and become a senior iOS developer. Okay. Which I always wanted to improve and work on. This stage is the learning stage for now. In connection with my future job, I want to be an iOS developer in the future. Every progress here will be more beneficial for my future. Sick. So, I mean, if you got, dude, there's a lot of people here. Just, this guy just put like A. He's obviously into it. Awareness. Blah, 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 blah. All right, cool. So like, it just keeps going. You can like read 14 pages of this. I don't know, man. Like, you can spend all day looking at this shit. Sick. Well, I'm not here to read people's comments all day. I was nice and read like 3, maybe 4, and then we're moving on. I put mine in like over a week ago, and yeah, it's somewhere in the goddamn Twitter sphere. All right. How to be successful at this course. All right. Taking an online course will be overwhelming. How do you learn at your own pace, successfully achieve your goals? Here are some general tips. You know what, man? We're going to bring this to ChatGPT. I mean, not ChatGPT. What am I talking about? If you guys have played with that shit, it's pretty cool. It's like the Ouija board of AI shit. So you can go ahead and play with that if you want. Oh my goodness. What is going on, bro? Alright, shit. We're off to a great start. I can't even use my computer, you guys. Off to a great start. Alright, sick. Let me highlight all this shit because I don't want to read. If you guys don't like to read, use TT's Reader. It's lit. Cool. Anyway.
How to be successful in this course.
Hell yeah.
Taking an online course can be overwhelming.
Hell yeah, can.
How do you learn at your own pace and successfully achieve your goals?
Just fucking do it.
Here are some general tips that can help you stay focused and on track. Set daily goals for studying. Ask yourself what you hope to accomplish.
It's definitely true. The daily goals thing, I would basically try to come here every day and knock out at least an hour. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And but yeah, it's fun.
Ask yourself what you hope to accomplish in your course each day. Setting a clear goal can help you stay motivated and beat procrastination. The goal should be specific and easy to measure, such as, I'll watch all the videos in Module 2 and complete the first programming assignment. And don't forget to reward yourself when you make progress towards your goal. Create a dedicated study space.
Hell yeah.
It's easier to recall information if you're in the same place where you first learned it, so having a dedicated space at home to take online courses can make your learning more effective. Remove any distractions from the space and, if possible, make it separate from your bed or sofa. A clear distinction between where you study and where you take breaks can help you focus. Schedule time to study on your calendar. Open your calendar and choose a predictable, reliable time that you can dedicate to watching lectures and completing assignments. This helps ensure that your courses won't become the last thing on your to-do list. Tip: you can add deadlines for a Coursera course to your Google Calendar, Apple Calendar, or another calendar app. Keep yourself accountable. Tell your friends about the courses you're taking, post achievements to your social media accounts, or blog about your homework assignments. Having a community and support network of friends and family to cheer you on makes a difference.
Sick.
Actively take notes. Taking notes can promote active thinking, boost comprehension, and extend your attention span. It's a good strategy to internalize knowledge whether you're learning online or in the classroom. So, grab a notebook or find a digital app that works best for you and start synthesizing key points. Tip: while watching a lecture on Coursera, you can click the Save Note button below the video to save a screenshot to your course notes and add your own comments. Join the discussion. Course discussion forums are a great place to ask questions about assignments, discuss topics, share resources, and make friends. Our research shows that learners who participate in the discussion forums are 37% more likely to complete a course. So make a post today. Do one thing at a time. Multitasking is less productive than focusing on a single task at a time. Researchers from Stanford University found that people who are regularly bombarded with several streams of electronic information cannot pay attention, recall information, or switch from one job to another as well as those who complete one task at a time. Stay focused on one thing at a time. You'll absorb more information and complete assignments with greater productivity and ease than if you were trying to do many things at once. Take breaks. Resting your brain after learning is critical to high performance. If you find yourself working on a challenging problem without much progress for an hour, take a break. Walking outside, taking a shower, or talking with a friend can help you to re-energize and even give you new ideas on how to tackle the project. Your learning journey starts now. While preparing for the module quiz or working on achieving your learning goals, you're encouraged to work through each lesson in the learning pathway. Try not to skip any activities or lessons unless you are certain that you already know this information well enough to move ahead. Take the opportunity to go back and watch a video or read all the information provided before moving on to the next lesson or module. Complete all the knowledge and module quizzes and exercises. Read the feedback carefully when answering quizzes, as this will help you to reinforce what you are learning. Make use of the practical learning environment provided by the exercises. You can gain substantial reinforcement of your learning through the step-by-step application of your skills.
Okay. Well, that was great. Let's see. Alright, cool. Well, let's mark that as done. Go to the next item. Hell yeah, setting up Xcode.
As you progress through this course, you'll have the opportunity to create your own project in the development environment called Xcode. So let's take a moment to download and install Xcode now and briefly explore project creation. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to download and install Xcode on macOS. First, visit the official webpage for Xcode, developer.apple.com/Xcode/. Note that you will need an Apple developer account to download from the website. Click the download button on the top right.
One of those.
To download Xcode from the website, click website. You could also choose to download Xcode directly from the App Store. An Apple ID will be needed to download from the Mac App Store.
Yep.
Downloads page you are taken after choosing website has different tools apart from Xcode. However, they are beyond the scope of this video. You will notice that there are different versions of Xcode available. Currently, the latest version is Xcode 14 Beta. Beta means that this version is still in development. Although you can use this version, I'd recommend that you pick the latest stable version of the Integrated Development Environment, or IDE. So, to select Xcode 13.4.1, click on View Details. You can then download the xcode.xip file. This may take some time depending on your internet speed. Once downloaded, click on the .xip file to extract it. Then you'll be prompted to move Xcode to your Applications folder. Your last step is to open this version from the Applications folder and follow installation instructions that follow. Now that you've downloaded and installed the IDE, let's preview the environment and how to create your own project in Xcode. On the welcome page for Xcode, you have three options. You can create a new Xcode project, you can clone an existing project, and you can open an existing project or file. For this video, let's click Create a new Xcode project. In this window, you are presented with different templates for your project. This allows you to get started with projects quickly. Select App Template for iOS and then click Next. On this page, you are required to provide a name for the product you are building. Let's call it Hello_World.
Sick.
The team option enables you to add any team members to the project, which means developers will be able to collaborate. You can do this by clicking the Add Account button. The next fields are the Organize and Bundle identifiers. These are used to uniquely identify you or your team and your application in the App Store. After that, you can choose between Swift UI or Storyboard for your interface. Let's select Storyboard for now. Finally, you can choose between two languages, Swift and Objective-C. Select Swift as this is the language you'll be using throughout this course, and click Next. A window will open in which you can choose the location on your computer to create your new project. An important step here is unchecking the source control option, as you won't require source control at this stage of your learning. Then click Create. The environment for your Hello_World app is displayed. The project pane, which gives you access to the project files, is on the left. In the top bar is a play button. The button is used to run a simulator.
Let's create new project. Yeah. Let's do the. Might as well just do regular. So, okay, so like messing around with that. I'm sorry. Messing around with the Xcode, right? So like this is going into like, hey, it's not really that that as some things I've seen. A lot of times you get the window where it's like, oh yeah, it's just like all the code and everything. You're just like, oh shit, I don't know how to do that. But this is kind of like, I don't know, if you mess with like any kind of programs, like now, especially like even like at the bottom of the screen, like I got what is it, Adobe Illustrator. It's kind of like windows like this. You see like, oh okay, cool, so you can just like basically choose, and these are like the templates. So like we got the multi-platform app. So multi-platform app basically means it goes for iOS, Mac OS, Watch OS, TV iOS, and driver kits. So basically, if I just select like iOS, that's just for basically Apple computers, right? Run an application just for that. I'm sorry, not the Apple computers. It's writing applications just for iPhones. And then Mac OS is actually for your MacBook Pros, stuff like that. And then Watch OS, obviously, that's for your iWatches and stuff like that. And then TV OS, and that's for Apple TV, which nobody, of course, really uses Apple TV. Because everybody's on the goddamn Kindle these days. Not the Kindle. What am I talking about? Everybody's on the goddamn Fire Stick, And if you mess around with Alexa, I mean, Alexa's pretty fucking good, man. So, I mean, you just mess around with Alexa. Like, Alexa will find you something. Like you can ask about anything, and she'll just like read you that shit, which is good. Like, where Siri will just find web pages for you to read. So, and that's great because I guess you can see, where the information came from. But Siri's just like, not Siri. Alexa just like brings that shit up and just like starts, jabbering away about that shit, and you're just like, oh goddamn. But it's also interesting right here. So 'cause we can develop a game, develop an app, TV ML app. I'm not really sure what the fuck that is right now, but we're gonna find out. All right. Let's see. Obviously the Watch OS. So so we got, what we got here? Mac OS. Obviously you can create a game. Inline tool. Safari extension app. Okay. Document app. Okay, cool. So iOS. Augmented reality app. That sounds interesting. App Playground. Okay. Sticker pack. App. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, we got the iMessage app. That's cool. Safari extension app. I guess that's cool. I mean, I guess that would be something you use within when you're opening up Safari. If you're using Safari. I mean, I'm using Google Chrome on my Mac, so I don't really know. I mean, I do use Safari for like certain things, but whatever. Anyway, so we'll just go with like a multi-platform app. Yep, that sounds great. Yeah, so like, what is the product name that we're gonna basically make it? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna call it Skynet. Cool. Once again, if you don't know what Skynet is, just rent VHS copy of Terminator 2, and just check out what a T1000 is. So like, we'll just create some T1000s. All right, Skynet. Obviously, I already checked on the App Store. Somebody already created some Skynet apps, but it's like for various things. I think it's a joke if people know what it is, but obviously this is too. But Skynet. We'll just do Skynet. App development. So Skynet ADG 1. So Skynet App Development Group 1. And then Skynet app development. Alright, cool. And we're fucking already coding. Alright, cool, man. So, that's cool. You want to write it in Swift or Objective-C? God damn, that's a hard question, man. Well, I guess I'll write it in even though, like, fuck it, we're writing in Objective-C, I guess, right now. I mean, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing so far, but kind of. But not really. Yeah, we'll just go to next. Write in Objective-C, I guess. Okay. Yeah, we'll save it to the desktop. Alright. And great. Sick. Great. Great, bro. Come on, buddy. Alright. Got the pinwheel of death. It's always a good sign. It's always a good sign, the pinwheel of death. Still thinking. Okay. That doesn't look good either. Alright. We're still loading. There's no code yet. You guys are looking great so far. Signed up is looking great. Looking great. Holy shit, we got some code already. Alright, well, this is cool. So, yeah. We'll just... what the fuck? Git repository creation field. Get what the fuck? Ensure the author dude, I can't read today. Ensure the author information supplied in Xcode settings is correct. Create a Git. Okay, well, let's just fix it. Let's just fix it. Can you just fix it? Come on, computer. Let's go. Yeah, I guess so. What is this? Come on. Can we just do it? How did it fail? How did it fail already, you guys? What the fuck? Alright. Cool. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, general. Great. Okay, Git's looking. What did you get? Ain't looking good. It's not looking good. Alright, platforms. Alright. Alright, so the WatchOS. Oh, okay. Well, I think that's because I had to get that. I guess I have to get this. That's what I like about, I guess that's what I like about, like, Apple. Because we just fucked around for like 2 seconds and we're like, oh yeah, this is probably what it is. Let me download this WatchOS 9.4 simulator. And then once we go into it even deeper, they do talk about simulators in which they brought up things which are also interesting, like what is it? A while ago, ROMs. You probably heard of ROMs. Like, for playing games, like back in the day when you had a PlayStation, like a PlayStation 1, you could find the ROM for whatever, Crash Bandicoot or whatever. And then you could download that file and then burn it onto like a CDR, and then you could play it on your, your PlayStation with like a modded chip or whatever. And basically, it does explain, in this course, it does explain that, like, hey, like, using these ROMs is a part of the, these simulations. So, right now, 3.6 gigabytes of simulator. It's great. mean, I guess this kind of sucks right now because I'm downloading this shit. But at the end of the day, I guess it's cool because, hey, I'm gonna have to fucking get this shit anyway. But yeah. Play some music right now. Fuck it, dude. I'm kind of bored. Right there.
Did you get up today? And are you doing okay?
No, let's try it. Try a new.
Did you leave it all behind you? Or did you take it away?
iOS. Let's do an app. And yeah, I'll do the next. Skynet. So I can add a team account if I wanted to. happened. I just got one. Alright, whatever. Platforms. Applications. Customs. Default, yeah, let's just default. Key bindings. Source control. fun. Hell yeah. Anyway. Alright, so this is interesting. Back in action. Alright, cool. Anyway, so going back, setting up the Xcode. Alright, true or false, developer must download the latest version of Xcode from the website. False. That's right. Although developers may choose to download and use the latest version of Xcode, they may also opt to download other versions. For example, they may use the latest stable version in favor of the latest version, which is the beta. I'm saying I'm sure by now the one that I'm using is not a beta anymore.
Later, as it allows you to simulate your app without needing to install it on an actual physical device. You can click on the button to run the current test project. Another window will open with the simulator. In later videos, you'll learn more about how to configure simulators and how to use them efficiently. With Xcode installed and some insight into project creation, you're ready to jump into iOS app development.
Okay. The following resources is additional reading material that will introduce you to Xcode. This will build on the knowledge. Okay, sick. Okay, cool. Definitely save you, my friend. I don't think I saved it before. Okay. Okay, a whole lot of nothing. Oh, that was great. That was a great read, you guys. It was great. It was good. It's good. It went well. I don't know. Is it still loading? What? I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, moving on. Go to the next item.
With billions of mobile users across the globe, mobile apps play a more significant role in the people access information than ever before. While many businesses distribute software products on multiple platforms, such as web and mobile, not everyone has the resources needed to build multiple solutions. In such circumstances, and with the number of mobile users now surpassing desktop users, businesses may understandably choose mobile apps to reach their target audience. With the demand for mobile apps increasing, it's important to understand what mobile apps are. In this video, you'll learn more about mobile websites and apps, as well as the advantages and disadvantages of developing mobile apps. A mobile website is a website designed, developed, and optimized for mobile devices only. While mobile websites are designed to display and work on major browsers, they still require an internet connection and don't take advantage of the unique functionality of a mobile device. That's where mobile apps come in. A mobile app is installable software that runs on mobile devices. Mobile apps use a device's hardware and software features and usually provide an efficient, more intuitive and seamless user experience. When choosing to develop a mobile app instead of a mobile website, one way to decide is to ask yourself this question: what specific actions do you expect your product to perform? For example, if you don't need your users to perform any operations and your product is mainly content driven, then you may opt for a mobile website. But if you want users to perform actions that will require the device's hardware, you will need a mobile app. It's also helpful to understand the pros and cons of mobile apps when deciding whether to create one. The first advantage of mobile apps is that they are faster than mobile websites. They can also access the device or system resources, such as a location or Bluetooth, and can work without internet access. That said, mobile apps can be quite expensive to build and more difficult to maintain when compared to mobile websites. Another disadvantage is that for a mobile app to be compatible with different platforms like iOS and Android, it is often required that it be built from scratch. It may also be difficult to have your app approved by the App Store if it does not meet specific requirements.
In which of the following scenarios is developing a mobile app more suitable than developing a mobile website? So I already answered this. It's the developer needs access to the device's hardware and software components. Awesome. Cool.
You've now been introduced to mobile apps and the
Hell yeah, we
advantages
have.
and disadvantages of developing a mobile app compared to a mobile website. As you learned earlier, mobile apps are vital in the mobile development space, so I hope you're looking forward to creating your own app as you progress with your learning.
Super looking forward to it. Thanks for letting me know. Is this the
At
video?
Meta, we have a lot of
Might be.
in-house developed frameworks and libraries for iOS development, such as Component Kit, that make developing these iOS apps much quicker, much faster, and easier. And in fact, these are open source as well, so you can use them even if you're not at Meta.
He's killing the game.
My name is Arunava, and I'm an iOS developer at Meta.
Hell yeah.
At the company, we usually have organizations broken down first at the app level, for example, Instagram, Messenger, WhatsApp, Facebook, and then it's by great product level, for example, feed versus videos, and then the specific team level, so live video or Instagram stories player. Within teams, we have iOS, Android, web engineers. Because we want to maintain consistency across platforms, everyone works very tightly together and with the cross-functional partners as well towards a common goal or mission. So when we want to build something new or work on a new project, at first we set goals for what we want to do. For the app or the feature, do we want to grow it? Do we want to spread awareness about it and improve it? Do we want to change how it looks and feels? Do we want to make it more reliable? That's important in knowing what we actually want to do. Once we have that goal set, we have a brainstorming session, sometimes the whole day long, where we have not just all the engineers, but product managers, engineering managers, all the cross-functional partners coming into the same room and just spending some time in workshopping and coming up with these ideas. And anyone can come up with these ideas. Once you have all these ideas out there, we usually vote on which one's the most feasible, which one's the most impactful, and we filter out the ones that make the most sense, that make the roadmap. Once we have this roadmap, we start other things like privacy reviews, scoping, and planning for the project and what it's going to look like. And then once execution starts, we have milestones which we hit along the way, and fixing bugs and testing it along the way. Now, once execution is complete, what we do is we roll out the experiment. And in the experiment, we monitor how users are responding to this feature. If we see that the experiment is not performing as well, we ask ourselves the questions: why is it not performing as well? Is it not clear to users? Can we make it better? Is it not working the way we intend to? Is there a bug somewhere? If the answer to any of those is yes, then we go back, iterate on that, and then launch another experiment with those fixes and improvements. We keep doing this as many times as needed until we have confidence that we've done all the best that we can. If it still does not work out or doesn't fit or users don't like it, then we sometimes abandon that experiment. However, we record the learnings, because sometimes even an experiment or a test that doesn't launch but gives us good learnings is considered a success. On the flip side, if we do see that the experiment was a success and we got good metrics and achieved our goals, that's where the fun part starts, because then we start rolling out the feature slowly but steadily to users across the world and wait in anticipation for how they feel about it. One of the challenges that comes with working on these new apps is that you don't really know what a good answer is, because no one has answered it for you before. There's no established playbook as such that you can follow. So often we have to come up with the answers on our own. And sometimes the answers we have are wrong, even if they seem like they are the right answer. So that is a process that we sometimes have to get accustomed to, assuming that we have good intent, but we don't have all the answers. If someone says, we should make the light button green, to someone that might sound ridiculous, but to someone that might sound like a great idea.
Listen.
Green. To someone that, if someone says, we should make the light button, but we don't have all the answers. If someone says, we should make the like button green, to someone that might sound ridiculous, but to someone that might sound like a great idea. Ultimately, it's the users want and like that give us the answers. Of course, we have some principles, and our tech stack has its own guidance that we have to follow, and we have our design principles as well. But outside that, we want to give the best product possible to our users. Even if we fail fast. If someone says, we should make the like button green, to someone that might sound, if someone says, we should make the like button green, if someone says, we should make the like button green, to someone that might, if someone says, we should make the like button green, if someone says, we should make the like button green, if someone says, we should make the like button green, to someone that, if someone says, we should make the like button green, if someone says, we should make the like button green, if someone says, we should the like button green, if someone says, we should make the like button green, to someone that, if someone says, we should make the like button green, to someone that might sound ridiculous, but to someone that might sound like a great idea. Ultimately, it's what the users want and like that give us the answers. Of course, we have some principles, and our tech stack has its own guidance that we have to follow, and we have our design principles as well. But outside of that, we want to give the best product possible to our users. Even if we fail fast, and then we keep going until we find the right answer.
It's weird they kept it though. I guess they didn't catch it when they were, shooting it or whatever, and then, but whatever. But that's kind of weird that they kept it, or they didn't even they just bleeped it out. You think they would just have them reshoot it?
As you get into iOS development, remember that if you join a team, whether it's a small team, a big team, you always have that team to support you. Nobody in this company works in isolation, and the key is always to believe your team and work together, as we do, in building our products.
All right. Well, we'll come back to this. Let's see. All right. Well. It's about to there I go. Anyway, it's nice to be back. This is Noz4ratu. Thanks for watching. Super fun time, coding time, whatever I fucking titled it. Yeah, this is one of the things I've been doing, and it's pretty cool. It's interesting, and we'll continue to go. I don't know if I'll start from the beginning again, like I did today, but I kind of just wanted to basically start from the beginning to give everybody like an idea